we are back. We are going up against ONU today, and this is going to be an incredibly good game. We're looking for a close match today. We're starting this out with a Falco versus Greninja here at Valpo.
Which is definitely a matchup that we're going to have experience in. One of our freshmen, a strong Falco player that we've seen throughout. So we see Brayden with the Greninja playing probably one of his more practiced matchups here. But, you know, there's always going to be differences between there. How are you going to play it in a competition setting? Is going a little behind in the damage, but able to rack some up for himself.
Able to get a nice combo starter and take away this Falco's neutral potential and taking him out of advantage. Just got to look for these punishes and hopefully get back into advantage state fairly quickly.
Yeah, but there is Falco with the up tilt. Up tilt Falco's scariest move for sure. He has a ton of combos out of it. So that is going to be the threat that Brayden's going to have to disarm here, and doing quite a good job at it, getting a lot of damage. But eventually you will have to find a little more than just damage.
Going to have to look for a little bit of a kill move right now. Going to be looking for those kill combos, air kill moves, but up till missing. Good read from Brayden over here. Just got to find these...
Yeah, there's been a lot of setups Brayden has found to put the Falco on the platform, which hopefully he gets a little bit more off of it. He's only really been getting some pop-up hitboxes of up air. Hopefully he's able to find a little bit more. trying to put a little bit of information in the bank at least would be preferable, as I'm sure he's doing so. Trying to get that ledge trap kill, but not able to find it. But once Falco gets past... Once Falco's opponents gets past up tilt kill percent, it can be pretty difficult for him to find the kill, and Brayden able to live past those percents is going to make it a lot harder for this Falco to find a kill.
So right now we are kind of just waiting for trying to get the Falco to have to approach him, but also trying to use that through his advantage. Still trying to get in as much as possible, because that's just Greninja's goal.
Yep, so just doing a little bit of dodge and weave. That is the thing that Greninja excels at. One of those hit and run characters. Just wants to wants you to whiff, punish you, and get out. And do it all again. And Brayden doing quite a good job of that. Able to rack up 65% extra credit at a minimum. Still looking for more, because again, he's out of this up tilt kill range. So it's going to be really difficult for this Falco to find a kill. You saw there, up tilt sent far too high for even Falco to combo off of it. The only real kill moves he has are going to be smash attacks, a raw back air, or even a down tilt.
So going to have to be looking for these smash attacks, which the Falco has not been really looking for. Going to be taking a 99% to 170%. Falco is having a rough time right now, but at some point, up tilt is going to start killing, which is going to be good for the Falco.
Seeing a Falco up tilt kill of just raw up tilt would be quite silly, but Brayden just trying to get as much damage as possible. He's not looking to take any big risks, which I do like to see. The risk assessment here, it's very much in his favor to play safe. All the extra credit he can get is just all better for him, and that extra credit of an extra stock.
So going to be going up one, at least for the stock. Just going to be able to gain a nice shield read going into it, and just going to be looking for as much damage as possible. Mainly just trying to, but this Falco is going for a lot of smash moves, which Brayden is realizing and trying to use to his advantage.
Yep, I like that Brayden is playing a lot safer. There's no need to take too many risks. Does get caught out in the high recovery though, but that is perfectly fine. You've gotten a whole stock of extra credit, and this nice little string here, getting a ton of damage.
Getting a nice ton of damage. Going to be going in really well right now, even though Falco is currently down one stock. So going to be clicking, and so this percentage overall is not going to be worth much. Main thing we're looking for right now is just to get out before he kills us.
Yep, absolutely. What matters is not the percent, it is the stocks, and this might be it with the nice Nair up smash conversion, and Brayden going up 2 stocks. Very, very, very nice play here. I like that he was playing a lot safer. He got a lead and he kept it. That's really important, especially in the format of crew battles. Getting that lead and then maintaining it. He didn't take too many risks because he knew it wasn't in his favor. So I like that.
This is also really good from Brayden, being able to take that, just getting that momentum coming from that first stock and just being able to roll with it after getting out of the Falco's area of kill confirms.
Yep, absolutely. Being able to live that long was very, very crucial for Brayden. So really great job in that, and especially getting a lead in a pretty crucial match for us. This is a pretty important game for the Smash Bros. Varsity season for their placements later in the conference. So
Yep.
very, very important to have this lead here, and Brayden doing a nice job setting us up pretty nicely. So gonna see what they throw in here next. We have done a little bit of research, but you know, as we often are, we were still off on the first character. So
We might as well say at least what some of the research is. So from what we are aware of, they have a DK, a Snake, Captain Falcon,
Captain
Joker?
Falcon slash Snake, and then a Joker and Incineroar. So those are what our research says. So
and there's the Snake.
we actually got one, boys.
So the Snake is going to be sent in right now. Main thing Brayden's looking for right now is just single stock, and with having 2 up, that's going to be a lot easier. But we'll see how he's gonna be doing today. Not sure about this matchup, to be honest.
It's definitely going to be a little interesting. Greninja, generally, Snake grenades are quite annoying for characters like Greninja, who are so fast they can be really disruptive, or like the combo heavy characters, because Snake's grenade pull is actually a frame 1 escape option, and if you hit the grenade as you're hitting Snake, it'll actually detonate the grenade, able to break out of combos, similar to what you just saw there. However, what it will actually do is Greninja's such a precise character that you can kind of get away with it a little bit.
We did see a subscribe going on in the background, though. At least I think it was a subscribe.
Yep, tier 1 subscribe. Thank you to Kitten Goes Crazy. Thank
Fair
you.
enough.
And as you see, Brayden using that momentum to get quite a good amount of damage on the Snake. Playing this quite well. I like how he's playing it, playing a little bit slower. It's kind of what you have to do against Snake, especially as a combo character.
Yeah, especially going to be trying to use this momentum going into it. So they're even up in percent, but keep in mind, Valpo is up 2 stocks right now, so they're on their second character, and this is going to be quite a big one, just trying to keep that momentum going, at least get a single stock. But hey, he still has 1 left, so we are just hoping for a single stock here, and that is going to be more than enough from Brayden.
Yep, that C4 does hit through platform, despite thinking you might be safe with a roof over your head. No, it will get blown up. So, and actually, I believe is it just C4 or is it also grenades? But Snake actually has a smaller hitbox for those than his opponents.
So one of the things that's going to be just hard for Greninja is just going to be unable to really ledge cancel just because of Snake's recovery right here, unless able to catch him out, use something sooner.
Finding this kill is going to be difficult. Snake is going to be a difficult one to lock down, especially with stuff like untrue strings that Greninja tends to do. It's going to be difficult to find it. But just looking for it here. Maybe a forward air somewhere can get found here, but gonna have to find a kill.
So unfortunately, getting back aired by Snake, this is putting Brayden in a pretty rough position right now. Just going to be trying to look for that thing, but still playing safe because this Snake does have to approach him. So going to have to just be a main thing.
This is scary now because both characters are in kill percent. Greninja unironically might die to just a Snake up tilt sweet spot.
Potentially, and I can understand that happening.
Okay, I actually don't hate that. The grenade kind of made it safer than what it looked, so I don't hate it. But now both characters are definitely in kill percent. Woo! You are playing with fire there, challenging that Snake up tilt. But hey, playing with fire, he is a water type. So able to get away with it a little bit.
We're able to take those, just gonna take the water type, but still getting caught out by the bomb. They are both at high percent, just trying to look for something. This is just risky for both players involved, and unfortunately Snake is able to play really safe.
Yep,
and there's the up tilt.
There's the up tilt.
However, we do have to admit that Brayden did more than he basically did what he needed to, and gained a lot of information, especially from the snake. So
Yeah, absolutely. Just going even is all that you really need, especially since he took his 3 stocks before he lost his 3. Hey, if we just keep that trend up, it does end in our favor. So, he has done his job. So now the question is, who do we send in against the snake?
I feel like I've heard Alex, the team captain of the Varsity Smash team, say exactly who he wanted to send in. I just can't remember who.
If I recall, I think I actually do. But yeah, we have done a little bit of research on the character picks and had to actually do some strategizing here of who we wanted to play what, because these characters that they have actually are surprisingly polarizing for the characters that we have for these matchups. So had to do a little bit of planning, a little bit of a spooky, a little bit of a scary game, and Halloween was just recently, so
It was just recently, going about 2 days ago. So, still, the question is, do you want to at least give us a little hint as to who we might be seeing?
So who I think we might be seeing here is either, I would assume, a K-Roly boy.
Fair
Would
enough.
be a Crocodile Gaming is what I think that Alex has said was the plan here. But of course, plans change, plans adapt. There is definitely a chance that we see something else. And I wouldn't already hate it, because already we've actually deviated from the plan that Alex has talked about with me.
Oh, fair enough.
So plans change, plans adapt, and that is perfectly all right. Gotta keep them on their toes.
Valpo's mostly strategizing right now, but I'm be doing these lovely map bans, as we know take forever.
Yeah, as they do. So, it is important, because remember we've said that this game is quite important for Valpo's placements later on in the conference. So, gotta make sure you take your time. You're expecting characters that can be a struggle for you. You're expecting this game to be an important one. Gotta make sure you take your time, think it through, and that's exactly what they're doing, and I'm glad to see it.
Not even just placements, but we also like to admit that from what I've heard, this is going to be a fairly close match, relatively. Pretty even, and I think you're correct going into this one. So,
the booth wasn't wrong for once.
for once.
Let's go.
From what I've heard, it should be a close match, but things can change. Things can go better. Things can go worse. It all just depends on who it is. So,
it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. This is a matchup you likely don't see all that often, is Snake versus K-Rool. Hey, how does a Snake do versus a Crocodile? We're going to find out with the Crocodile cacophony coming in. How are we going to deal with grenades? Those are the interactions that really are going to matter here with K-Rool versus Snake's projectiles.
Yep, and their main thing right now is just trading projectiles back and forth. But unfortunately, K-Rool has just not been able to do much anything, losing the projectile game and going to be taking a lot of damage early on. So Snake right now is going to be just trying to out-projectile a Crocodile, so.
But hey, Snake is a pretty heavy character, but K-Rool simply has him beat in that front, being the second heaviest character in the game. These projectile trades, as long as damage stays even, they should favor K-Rool more. And this damage here, are we going to see an edgeguard attempt? No, we aren't. I actually wouldn't mind seeing an edgeguard attempt on Cypher. Generally, Snakes like to recover high due to being able to be hit out of Cypher. So I wouldn't hate trying to see hitting him out of Cypher, because he's kind of been forced to recover low a lot, not necessarily of his own choosing, which is the first step of edgeguarding Snake. And hey, that's a good step. Forced to C4 recover.
Forced to C4 recover, but able to do...
Able to find the stock.
We like that. We like that.
Yep, absolutely. Able to find the stock there, and not quite able to come back. I think he thought he had his jump.
Probably did right there. Just barely unable to. K-Rool's recovery is good, but not that good.
Yep, not quite able to make it. When you think you have your jump, you tend to try to go a little lower than your up B can go by itself. And if you then find out you don't have it, you're a little too far gone to be helped. And sadly, that flew a little close to the sun.
going a little too close to the sun right now, but K-Rool's main thing right here, going to be taken out, just getting a lot of damage, unfortunately, being done from him. Main thing right now is just looking for this next stock, getting his crown back, so we're going to be looking for a little bit more,
Beep, beep.
well,
There's the kill on the K-Rool. So now looking a little behind in the percent in the stock. So now we're gonna have to find our way around it. I wouldn't hate to see an attempt at an edge guard. However, when attempting an edge guard when you're behind can be a little scary, but it is high reward if you do manage it. So I wouldn't hate to see it.
we have seen it happen before, and we have seen it turn games, so just gotta acknowledge that, and just gotta look for whatever we can. Just gotta try and keep as much of this as possible and try and get that stock early, but 63% going to 86, but the K-Rool is down a stock, so going to be rough for Valpo here.
Yeah, but has been able to at least get a lot of this percent back. Because again, with a heavy like K-Rool, percents don't really matter all that much. This should be kill. Yep. There we go. All right, so... Nice.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
So the C4, you don't often see it, but it has a self-detonation timer. It will eventually blow up on its own. You just don't see it very often. And fun fact, the timer, I believe, is 23.5 seconds. For some reason, it's just simply that oddly specific. But it just happened to blow up right on K-Rool's feet.
Yep, that was
This should be
very
dead.
fun. Nope,
Really?
going to be able to escape that one, so fairly good
Okay.
4K rule. Just gonna be.
Yep. I'm not sure on the percent window for down throw up tilt for Snake on K-Rool. It's probably fairly high. So just looking to get some kind of stock, and this is where it starts. This is good. Oh, goes for the attempt. I like to see the attempt. And keeping him off stage gives you another one, gives you another shot. Speaking of shots, K-Rool shooting the Snake out. Go for the attempt. All right, does go for it, and gonna get punished with the Cypher hit, knocking him off stage. Tries to challenge the high recovery into the back air.
Tries to challenge that high recovery, but hey, gotta make the attempt, gotta try and come back somehow, and that was almost a really good comeback. Could have killed very early if Disco a little bit different on the timing.
Yep, and hey, still took 2 stocks off of the Snake, which is maybe not ideal, but definitely still not worst case scenario here. So now we just need someone to take 1 more stock off the Snake. Who is it going to be? I think I have a little thought. I don't know. It might be a funny little burb.
A funny little burb. I was thinking the exact same thing. Just kind of seeing that, I feel like I really would like, and I think we're correct going here. I really would like to see Alex Anchor, just because I feel like he'll be able to adjust his mindset in case there's a deficit, in case whatever's happening. So just gotta look for that, and I think he'll do fairly well keeping him as an anchor.
Yep. The one thing that is scary here is that it is the same threat as with the Greninja of you're a combo heavy character who generally lives and breathes off of the strings. The combos that technically have a gap in them but tend to work anyway, just based off of positioning and stuff. You're a character who lives and breathes off of it. So it's going to be scary working around those Snake grenades. Because again, if you hit Snake and the grenade, it will detonate, interrupting your combo. It's going to be a little dangerous here.
However, right now, Marcus only needs to take 1 stock going into it. So going to be in a little bit of a better place. So that's the main thing we're going to be looking for right now. It's just going to be to take 1 stock. Able to get a little bit of a grab going on there. Unfortunately, taking a lot of damage right here. Just going to be able to try and look for that opening. Main thing right now, though, that's being a problem is just going to be these grenades going on. Going to just be looking for it, but able to even out the percentage fairly decently, fairly quickly. So,
I think he actually expected a grenade pull there, but didn't quite go for it.
And I do like that Marcus is going with some more safe options for these things. So instead of going into up tilt and going into a better, more combo heavy thing, he's going for like laser and stuff, which is able to do a little bit of tip damage while also keeping him safe, especially early on.
But you actually see there is that if Snake is holding a grenade and you grab Snake, do not pummel. because that pummel will actually act as a hitbox. Pummel isn't just a little damaging thing. It actually does cause a hitbox to spawn, which is going to ignite the grenade. So we saw there that Trombone managed to get the up smash read.
Nice.
And you know what? The trend of interrupting the casters mid-sentence stays on as Falco apologizes to me for it. Hey, you know, I appreciate that one, Falco.
That was a really good showing. Just going to be able to get that nice read, and that's going to be able to take that stock. So
Hey, absolutely, and he took it without losing one of his. So Valpo back at this at the even with a little bit of a disadvantage of the ability for them to counterpick. But hey, being even is much better than just being at a deficit. Having them have the counterpick, that was still a nice showing and puts us in a pretty good spot.
This is putting us in a pretty good spot. The question is what stage we're going to now, and the question is who they're going to throw in next. And to be honest, though, two of the main characters that we have been told about, we have a lot of experience here, specifically from one of the casters, and it's not me. But we have a lot of Monkey and Monkey, also known as DK, and also okay, never mind, I'm wrong.
Okay, the trend of casters being wrong. You know, at this point, I'm just gonna start saying the entire roster except the ones we think it's gonna be, just to like caster curse itself into reality. As we see the Terry coming in, which is actually one of the characters that we weren't expecting.
We were not expecting the Terry. However, we do have a fair amount of Terry. A lot of players have actually been coming into playing Terry, and specifically just a lot of different people, but taking a nice percent lead going into this and going to get that nice punish into that combo. Very nice there coming from Marcus.
Terry is surprisingly becoming a more popular character, which is interesting to me, but tries to go for the F smash on the hard read to get the early kill. Not quite able to find it, but almost did. And Terry now has that go meter, going to be a much bigger threat on the ground. Is what's going to be scary. Buster Wolf actually able to get out of it. I believe it was SDIs, so quite good job. SDIing Terry stuff is quite important here, but it's also quite difficult, so I like the awareness to know to go for it. Being scared.
Are you okay?
Boom!
And that
Gets
is going
the punish.
to kill, and that is going to be... now, Marcus is at a fairly high percent right now. Going against a Terry could potentially kill, depending on what Terry decides to do. However, it is going to be like that, like I'm saying. So, putting Marcus in a bit of a position, but we rather be up a stock and get another than do it.
Hey, absolutely. Trying to find this extra credit here. Terry is going to be able to kill here soon, but it's not impossible for Marcus to kill here either with a little bit of an edge guard. Tries to go for a hard coverage, though. Not quite able to find it. Having a little bit of offstage shenaniganry occurring. He ended up behind him.
And that is some good DI there, my friends. That is going
the Terry wasn't able to get the input version, which is the only reason Marcus lived there. So, hey, good recognition, DIing anyway, getting some good extra credit here. This is where, like, and he's dead.
He's dead. This is some...
That F smash killed him. Didn't have to hit him to kill him.
This is some major extra credit right now. Going to be able to now keep in mind, even though the stock percentage is really high, we are up a stock. So Marcus, even if he doesn't get any extra credit here, he is putting this Terry in a terrible place right now.
In a terrible place. But able to find a kill here with the jab power dunk. It's similar to what we saw the first round of getting past the kill percent. Terry can struggle a little bit, although he has an easier time being able to cancel out of his jab with more damaging special options, which is really annoying that he can do like 30 damage off of a jab, but hey, it's just what you kind of have to live with here.
Marcus playing it really safe right here, using his projectile even on that one thing, which to be honest, I didn't even know if it reflected, so fair enough.
Yep, is able to reflect the little power wave that I always think he's sneezing whenever he says it. He goes, achoo.
Fair enough.
Now Terry with the go meter here, going to be a lot scarier on the ground. One more of those in the corner will likely kill, but hey, he can only use it if he's grounded, so if you're able to keep him up in the air, keep him away, it's not impossible to live this. But that power geyser coming in, able to jump, avoid it.
Unfortunately, not able to get that connect right there. Going to be just looking for this combo right here. Getting to 101%, but not even percents, but not even stocks. So
Up smash,
that
that
is
will do it.
going to kill. We're
Yep.
also going back in with without a deficit going into this next one.
Yep, 2 stocks coming in on a lead. That is a good showing.
And this
So now we should see a little bit of, for his neutral special, he may in fact wield a gun. Is what I assume.
no.
Our research has told us that they tend to anchor a Joker player who, from what we've seen, is a actually noticeable threat here. Had to do some preparations with our own Joker practice to get this team up and ready to compete with this Joker, compete with this team in general. So
Yeah.
obviously it's paying off pretty well with going into their last player with a 2-stock lead.
And from what I've seen, yesterday Marcus got a lot of practice playing against your Joker, and we know Alex. Alex has been in the program for like over a.
He has had to play
Yes.
too much Joker for any one person's sanity. So hopefully we should have a fair amount of practice here going into it. Of course, assuming they are playing the Joker, they do have other characters in the pocket. That just tends to be what history has shown that they tend to do. So it's definitely not impossible. Picking Town and City, it seems, is the stage pick. And yep, out comes the Joker.
So we are going to be seeing the Joker. So casters are right for once in our lives.
Yeah.
And just going to be looking for this, going to be trying to look for similar stuff to what you were running yesterday for against Marcus. So.
Yep. So do a little bit of a shimmy as the Falco takes down a stock, and now it is go time. This is going to be a fast match, a lot of fast characters with the nice little down throw combo here from the Joker.
So
trying to do some tether cancel shenaniganry.
Both characters are very good combo heavy characters, so they'll be looking for things, but unfortunately that gun is going to be coming in play right here.
Yep, and able to get quite a bit of damage of his own. Now, of course, the more you hit Joker, the more you bring Arsene out to play. And if there's one thing that is scary, it is Arsene. So gonna have to worry about that a little bit, but hey, that's just a simple reality of the matchup. Gonna have to deal with it here. You're gonna want to get some of this damage going. Almost Arsene out of here. Doing a little bit of, trying to do a little bit of zoning with it, but hey, now that just means these openings mean even more. Having Arsene in disadvantage is even more disadvantage than normal because you're burning that Arsene meter.
Yep, going to be able to do a fair amount there. Just going to be trying to wait out this Arsene meter. Already going to be at 92%, and Arsene is down, so Joker is going to be in a little bit more of a rough position and going to have to try and find the kill without Arsene.
And with the kill coming in for Marcus with the up tilt back air, that's what we were talking about. Falco can kill quite well if he's in range, but hey, he was in range for that fair one up smash, able to get the kill and even it right back up.
But the thing is right here is that even though it's even in percent, Marcus has done more than his job, taking 4 stocks already. Wait, no, I think he's taken 5.
Yep.
5 stocks so far,
yep,
which is already
more than done his job.
More than done his job going into it. So this is going to make it a lot easier for whoever is anchoring. Going to be going for it, just going to try and look for some more extra credit, but Arsene is going to be coming out shortly, so.
Looking for these openings. Again, both of these characters fast and nimble, doing a lot of dodge and weaving around each other, trying to find the openings here. And now has Arsene. This should kill with that landing forward air, able to catch the timing on the neutral get up. But hey, we are coming in with a 1-stock advantage and the ability to counter pick a little bit. So I don't think we'll be too surprised with who we see coming in from Valpo. It's just going to be a challenge of will they be able to take it?
So the main thing right now, I feel like I know who we're sending in. A bit of not sure how to describe it. Well, I know who we're sending it. Yep, that's who.
Yeah, a little
that's
bit
who.
Of, little bit of Metroid.
Metroid. That's a good way to put it.
Hey, you know, Joker has dealt with. Let's see, he's dealt with demons, angels, and everything, but let's see how he deals with a bounty hunter coming in on the Samus. So now the stage pick is going to be important. What stage is Alex going to want to ban? Going to small battlefield, I don't actually mind this pick too much. I think condensing the stage is going to be not too bad, but you also want a little bit of space. So I think small battlefield is the good in between here. So is one stock up? Overall, that is definitely an advantage on Alex's side. You do have to note that our send meter does start pre-charged a little bit on the second stock, which is just something to notice, but hey, any stock advantage is good. We'll take it. With the up B out of shield, just nope, get off of me. Not even wanting to mess with that.
And we are going to be seeing a lot of Alex getting an early Arsene meter on this Joker, but just going to have to look around it and going to have to force this Joker to approach him while also trying to keep him away as best as possible.
Yeah, this is going to be quite a bit of damage, taking 2 up airs from Arsene. That is just simply a true combo. Does get the down tilt on the 2-frame. That hitbox hits very low, but able to fight back a little bit. But it's quite challenging against Joker's frame data.
Going to be trying to take a lot, and Arsene is going to be going down, which means Alex is not going to have to worry about getting this thing, so Joker's going to be more focused on trying to get a kill, but without Arsene. Going to be looking fairly difficult for Alex here. Just going to be looking for any sort of kill he can get, but remember, Alex is up 1, so he is a little able to take a little more risky, but he is going to have to go in at some points because the Joker is currently up.
Yeah, but hey, just doing this workaround game, the only problem is that this Joker will probably get 2 Arsenes this stock. It is highly likely that he will, as here he comes, Arsene, but with that get off me tool, just hey, if you live this Arsene, that is going to be massive, but not quite able to find it. Joker, Arsene back air, just simply too oppressive in the corner. It is very difficult to challenge, so trying to just dodge and weave, avoid this Arsene, try to not get too much credit, but hey, it is going to eat 20% and a little bit extra. That is a lot of damage. Joker going for the down air here.
Unfortunately, just going to be able to, unfortunately, going to be a little bit stuck here. Going to be taking a fair amount of percentage, but keep in mind, this is keeping it a fairly even game just because of the stock deficit.
Yep, the problem is even is not exactly what we want to see. Taking a little bit more damage than would be preferable. This should be a kill. There it is with the track down up air up smash.
And Velpo is going down, going less than even, going to just have to look for this kill right now going against this Joker. So just a rough spot for Alex right now and getting these combos.
Yep, trying to just find his opening, but that's so difficult against a character so fast like Joker. Perhaps I needed to give Alex a bit more practice. Most of it did go to other people as Alex has played quite a bit, but it hasn't been a while. Trying to find this kill, getting yoinked by the grapple hook, taking a lot of damage here. That's one thing that Joker does exceptionally well, is finding that chip damage slowly but surely, racking it up. Kill with 1,000 cuts.
And that is the one thing that Alex has not been able to really do this game. Normally we see Alex playing a lot of a camping game and being able to do a fair amount, but getting a nice combo going from there. Just going to be looking for it, but that will not kill.
Nope. Without Arsene, without Rage, Joker can struggle to kill a little bit, and Samus, one of the heavier characters, still trying to find his opening though with that uppy out of shield, still with the get off me. Gonna have to deal with Arsene, but honestly, this isn't actually all that impactful. You were likely going to die to most things that Joker was going to do anyway. I think he saved him, but the other counter is going to seal it out. Unfortunately going down to the Joker here. So Valpo going down 0-1 into this next round. But again, a best of 3, still not quite out of it yet. But hey, puts our back against the wall a little bit. Gonna have to fight our way out. So with this going in, basically we want to see a little bit more of what we saw last round, starting with a lead and hopefully trying to keep it, trying to extend it a little bit, because keeping this momentum is so important. We lost the momentum a little bit. We were able to get it back, but hopefully if we can see that momentum keep building as we go through, hopefully we can build enough of an advantage, enough of a stock bank to be able to comfortably take on this Joker.
Main thing right now is that trying to guess who is going in first so we can keep up that lead that we had at the beginning.
So I am wondering whether Alex is actually going to go through on one of the plans that we had talked about that was a possibility. So I'm kind of curious of what he's gonna go. They are asking to see if we want to double blind to BS2 again. So, PS2 generally the starter for Smash Bros. Players, but we don't actually have to go there if we don't want. And I'm wondering if we want to or not. What they're deciding in that room, but
I mean, it did pay off for us last time, but the question is trying to figure out if it will pay off a second time. Especially being down a game, you gotta figure out what's going to be working and going to try and work what's best for your Outpost to get that advantage.
So gonna see if we can get that momentum again. That's gonna be so important here, especially when trying to take a reverse 2-0. What's really critical here is the momentum. All right, but we will be going to break as these stage picks go on, so we will see you shortly. All right, and welcome back from the break. Sorry about that. We actually had a little bit of technical issues with a controller not quite working right, but getting into it nonetheless. We are back with Brayden leading, and actually a different character than we've seen before, coming out from ONU.
Yep, so different character we're seeing, but taking a lot of damage already. So going to be, unfortunately, taking a lot, but getting a nice jab, going to be getting a good 27%, but still going to be down in percentage, with especially with Cloud going to be finishing up his limit meter fairly soon.
Yep, gonna have to be worried about that. Greninja, a lighter character, gonna die pretty early to something like a cross slash, but just decides to burn it early with the Blade Beam, and sadly Greninja up smash, having a Greninja up smash kind of moment, not quite connecting on the second hit, but hey, you take what you get, evening up the percents pretty well. Gonna have to land against the Cloud, which is quite scary, quite difficult, but able to find his way through nonetheless.
He's going to be able to take off these a little bit more safe, trying to land right here. He's still keeping the percents fairly even, but Cloud will die a lot later than Greninja.
Unless he can manage to get an edge. Just inched a little too far forward into it. Actually not finding the kill off of that up smash. But that forward air won't do it, actually. He has limit to make it back. Tries to call out the get up attack, but not quite able to find it.
Tries to call it out, going to be taking a lot of damage, just trying to get this, but just not the best spacing on that up smash. Just going to be sticking with a very difficult thing.
Oh no! Why did you go out there?
Oh, unfortunately, taking that kill with him, Cloud is going to be up one going into it. Right now, it's just going to be in this interesting position from Brayden. Just going to have to try and take this, but all this percentage is going to matter going into it.
Yep, that stock trade was definitely not favorable for Brayden, but hey, gonna have to work what you got, right? Like, you made a mistake and you got called out for it. Like, that's okay. Now, how do you play afterwards is what's really gonna matter.
That's what's going to matter right now. Going to have to trying to keep these percents even, but you don't want to do that going into this game. So going into it, Cloud is going to have limit, but he's going to burn it fairly quickly. So just going to have to use that to your advantage. Try and get Cloud into a more advantage state, but just able to combo that. That's fair.
Hey, you know, dash attack is a good move.
So one of the things right now I think is really going to be messing up is Brayden has... We take those.
Yeah, absolutely. Only took 50%. I mean, hey, damage is damage, but that's not impossible to work back from. This is where the comeback starts, with this nice string coming in, getting some percent. And evening it right back up.
Evening it right back up, going to be able to come back, just needed a little bit more time to adapt to the controller. So one of the things that was specific is that Brayden uses a specific controller and it kind of just stopped working. So he's had to adapt to a pro controller, and I think that's what happened partially going through with some of this. So
nice, a nair up smash, yep.
Nice. And those are the comebacks we like to see, Valpo.
Just called him out for just trying to land with nothing, and you might say that sounds a little weird, but actually landing with nothing is a real mix-up of that he can do. So calling that out, that was actually a read, and getting the payoff for it, able to come back a little bit from that unfortunate stock trade from this Cloud up B.
That wasn't even a little bit of a comeback. That was a major comeback going into it. He was fairly down in percentage, and then taking that second stock trade, which evened it up. Taking two stocks on one is still very good. Yep. Very good comeback.
And we were talking about before how important momentum is going to be for making this comeback to reverse 2-0 ONU. This is where it starts. And, you know, one stock lead can turn into two. You never know. This is what we want to see here. We would love to see at least one stock more out of Brayden. If he doesn't, oh, well, we're going to have to deal. We're going to have to live with it. But, hey, it would be great to see.
Like I said, I think a lot of that just came down to not being ready with the controller, just having to swap on the fly, and controller preferences could be very important. We've seen this across all of the games here at Valpo, whether it be keyboard, mouse preferences, controller preferences, it's just a very common thing.
Yep, and we could see Brayden learning both the controller and the Cloud throughout the game, able to find a lot of those habits. and was able to punish him. So now we're going to see what the stage pick is here.
So
And
going to
back to Schmattlefield. I love Schmattlefield.
the question is who they're sending in. I think, yep.
Yep.
I had a
Not too
feeling they were
surprised
going to
here.
send in the snake. I just didn't want to call it, but yep, this is going to be a tough matchup, especially for Brayden. Not doing too well against the snake the last time, but we do have some awesome Xenoblade music. Valpo's favorite in the chat, so
with the snake with the box. Hey, gotta be careful with that. That actually has a hitbox. That box actually has a hitbox. I have watched people get edge guarded with the box. It is really funny.
Gotta like it, like the Luigi foot tap.
Yeah. Although personally, I think the box is much cooler than the foot tap.
Oh,
However,
for sure.
keeping percents relatively even. However, keeping even percents against Snake is scary. He's a heavier character. He's probably going to live a lot longer than you.
Unfortunately, just barely missing that read, knowing what he to do, but unfortunately getting hit by that grenade. Going to be trying to look for specific things, keeping it even though, but Greninja will die at pretty low percentage right here just because of his size difference and Snake's heavier abilities.
Yep, so, but trying to find this opening nonetheless. Yep, get out of there. You do not want to get grenade comboed there. And calls out the C4 with a fair. That is one stock extra going to Brayden no matter what. That is a one stock lead kept throughout. And that is what we want to see coming into this game. Can you get one more, though?
Brayden able to actually reverse what was happening before, taking a lot of damage from this grenades, but if Snake isn't able to combo off of them, then it doesn't really matter that much. Taking a little bit of damage isn't going to, because I'm pretty sure grenade's going to kill pretty high, low level, or pretty high percent.
Yep. Grenades, not the best kill option. I've seen them kill, but generally that's because they get hit while holding a grenade. So that is something you have to watch out for, of not getting hit while holding one. But at this point, getting hit at all will wow, he didn't finish the F-tilt. I think worried that he was going to fall out. Snake F-tilt actually kind of notorious for falling out of it. Able to avoid that up-tilt, going for the edge guard attempt. Ooh, not quite able to find it with the side B, and a boot to the head will take the stock of Greninja.
Unfortunately, that will kill, and he was very close to percent killing there. However, I would like to acknowledge the fact that he did lose 2 stocks to Snake without taking a single one last game, and being able to use what he learned in that previous one, probably talking about it back with the other people back there, being able to change what he was doing and figure out how to go about taking on the snake the next time.
Absolutely, that's what we love to see, right? The adaptation. We saw him learning. We saw him learning the cloud, and then we saw the changes through from the first round to the second against the snake. Able to take a stock, and now we're coming in with a stock lead and counter pick advantage. This is a good start. This is how this reverse 2-0 is going to start. We need this momentum, and able to keep that momentum going is Brayden, and that was a great job.
Going to be able to take those 4 stocks, even with like the unfortunate stock trade there, but just huge comeback specifically from Brayden, and going to give us some momentum to go into these next few people.
Yep. What's interesting to me, though, is that it looks like we're actually going to be doing a little bit of experimentation. This is not something I'm super surprised by just because of how much I've talked about the plan for this matchup. But it is something that you might be surprised to see us going into willingly, is Samus against Snake, generally considered to be a not very good matchup. But Alex has done a lot of research on how Samus should be playing this matchup, and he thinks he has something a little figured out from his high-level research. So seeing if he's putting it to use, I don't mind the experimentation here. Gonna have to be a little careful with it. Again, it's considered not a great matchup, but we are actually going to be seeing Alex being a lot more aggressive, as Snake Grenade is considered an item, which means that it has extremely high priority, meaning that it will just simply beat out Charge Shot no matter how charged it is.
Ooh, and those are some massive combos coming from Alex right here, going to be taking a fair amount of damage on the Snake, going to get this combo, but just going to be able to still do this, going to be forced to edgeguard this Snake fairly a lot, getting that charge.
He has no jump, he has no jump, he has no jump, he has no jump. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. He has a C4.
Nice.
I love that. I think it might have hit a grenade. I feel like I saw 2 explosions. But we're going to see Alex getting quite aggressive here with the charge down smash doing a lot of damage.
It's paying off massively.
This is the experimentation that he saw. We were talking about this matchup, and he was saying that the high-level Samuses that he was researching with, what they were doing against Snake was just being aggressive, being the aggressor, because Samus couldn't really afford to be the defensive style. And we see Alex is trademarked the defensive, so seeing him with the aggressive style is definitely interesting, but it is paying off. This experiment that we did, sending in the Samus, has been paying off, at least so far, with a lot of damage coming in.
It's paying off incredibly well right now. Going with the 124 to 79, Snake is going to have the ability to kill the Samus, but the question is, will he be able to before losing his next stock? This would be huge for Valpo going into it, and this Snake is not really understanding what his goal is to do going into it.
Going for the edge guard attempt, I would look for a bear, not quite able to set it up. But hey, keeping him on ledge, that is what is important. Going for the charge shot, not quite able to connect.
They just should have been a little more space there, a little bit further back, but
unironically, I think him hitting himself with the grenade there probably saved Alex. He had C4 at the ledge. That covered a lot of options and would actually hit on the ledge, so covering a lot there.
Forced the air dodge, but unable to get any kills right here. Sam is at kill percent, but that's mostly going to be from smash attack, and that is going to kill!
And that is Alex coming in with the experimentation, right? We said that Snake was a bad matchup, but he did his research, able to apply what he learned, and the risk, the experimentation in the last game of the season paying off here. Valpo now up an entire player. This is how it starts.
This is how it starts, guys. This is where we see Valpo really really succeeding, being able to take these high advantage states and taking these leads and just continuing and going with it. Momentum is a huge thing across all of esports and sports in general. Just trying to take that momentum and keep running with it.
Yep, absolutely. So now Alex going in against the Joker. Yep, seeing the matchup, bringing out the Joker. Just getting a little bit of a rematch here, except now they are both on even footing. We're going to be getting right into it immediately, both at 3 stocks. So we're going to see a rematch at even footing. Going to be a little scary because we did see this Joker being able to take out 3 of Alex's stock with only 2 of his own, but Alex swinging back. Going to see what he learned a little bit.
Yep, going to see what he learned, but Joker going to be getting an early Arsene, which is actually kind of good for Alex going here. Going to try and use it as early as possible and using as much as possible to try and get out of it. Going to get an attack in here right now, but keeping the percent even and just trying to wait out this early Arsene.
What's scary about getting an early Arsene is it's nice to get it done and over with, have it early so you have less of a chance of dying. But you still have that risk of just getting an Arsene stock, of just exploding with Arsene. And then also it means that it's likely he'll get a second one, which is the fear.
Yep, that is a big fear especially, but Joker missing his attack going into it and just being forced to do a lot. But Alex going to take as much momentum as he can and run with it. Just going to be able to take a lot. Joker taking a lot of damage here and just not being able to dish it back out in return. Up a bunch more percent.
This is very advantageous here. Gonna have Arsene for recover here, but honestly, having Arsene in the corner is one of the worst places to have him, but able to get the reversal, able to work with this Arsene a little bit. Gonna have to land against it, able to find his way through, able to beat the Aegon, actually. So now gonna have to deal with the Arsene. Almost died, and now this is dangerous.
This is dangerous for... And that's...
Nice tech, but isn't gonna matter. Buffered the up B out of the tech jump and able to get that back air nonetheless, but evens it right back up. Hey, we absolutely take those. Going to have to see what we can do here. Getting a nice fair amount of damage. And hey, you know what? We we'll just have to kind of take that Rebels guard. We got the damage. He got our send for it.
Alex has already done what he needs to do going into it, taking 3, but he still has another 2 stocks to go against his Joker, and same with him. Both of them at 2 stocks with this early Arsene coming out from the Joker yet again. So that's the main thing that's going to be a problem, is that Alex is going to try and need to kill before the second Arsene comes in.
Yep, and actually kind of a scary interaction there of losing his jump to that trade, but Hey, able to get away with it nonetheless. Forced off a stage, but Samus fine in this situation. That little touch of the drift right to avoid the Joker back air edge guard. Just that little bit of experience showing. So now trying to get off ledge, dealing some damage as he does. But again, we're going to have to fear getting the second Arsene here.
Arsene is going to be filling up fairly quickly, just being able to do a lot of damage.
If that would have fully connected, that actually probably would have been close to killing.
Unfortunately, using that Rebels guard, I believe, to try and get that counter and try and get Arsene faster, just because he knows how advantage it is in this situation. But honestly, I'd rather take trades here than not.
Hey, you know, it's not impossible for Alex to be able to live this Arsene. Hopefully it doesn't do too much damage. Just barely able to live. Gonna have to fear. Actually, was going to have to fear the Tetracon, and that up B
almost
it doesn't
killed.
quite take it.
It doesn't
really.
kill, but Arsene is gone here.
That dash attack will.
Going to have to be taking it, but Joker is going to be high
He has
percent.
no jump.
He's dead. Yep.
He had no jump. Not quite able to make it. Forced out with the little bit of babysitting Alex did off stage. Not actually able to hit him, but his mere pressure was enough.
Unable to hit, but just the main thing right now going into it is just going to be trying to do as much as can. Keep in mind though, Valpo is up an entire player right now, so this is just keeping it even is more than enough for Alex to do.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
The main thing he's going to have to try and do though is take the stock before this Joker gets the stock.
Ooh, that was scary though, going off stage, but able to come back and get center stage. That's what's important here. Gonna take a lot of damage to this Arsene is what's scary. Yep, and going to be forced to up B. He's just simply going to back air because it is strong. But hey, taking 2 stocks off of the Joker there is huge because again, Valpo's up an entire player, so we still are up 2 stocks. A little scary though because we don't have Brayden, who has the most experience against the Joker, but hey, he's not the only one who has been practicing against the Joker. So all we have to do is get through this 1 stock of the Joker with just enough to be able to take on their final player and bring us to a round 3.
And you have to keep in mind that normally they anchor that Joker. So going to have to be forced to try and change up their strategy a little bit. And that might not be as what they're looking at. Because I believe from what you said, they typically almost always anchor the Joker.
They typically do. Their Joker seems to be what they consider to be their strongest player. And, you know, able to bring that out early is definitely an advantage for us, especially bringing it out early when we have a lead. So just what we have to do now is just try to hold on to this lead. It's going to be difficult. This Joker is a good player. He's strong, but will you be able to keep the lead? So coming into it here with Marcus with the Falco, again, was practicing against Joker a little earlier, so does have some experience. Gonna see how he's able to put it to use.
And this is going to be throwing Joker in a little bit of an awkward position, but if they consider him their best player, it's just going to have to be, he's going to have to put in a lot of work to try and pull anything back and get this more even for ONU.
But going to try and get an opening here is Marcus, and does find it, landing with the down guns though, able to get the Joker back to the ground. But back to the ground is right where Falco wants you. That's right where up tilt hits. So able to actually challenge this a lot.
And I'm really liking a lot of this Joker experience really paying off, honestly, in the long term. Going to be able to do a lot, even though Arsene is out. Arsene is dangerous, yes, but he was able to do so much when Joker was in neutral. Losing a stock there, but it's okay right now just because he has that advantage and being able to take this down while Joker is here.
Yep, we're just going to have to find the kill eventually, though. The longer this game goes on, the more Arsene's Joker is going to get, the more damage he's able to put out. So that back air is going to be big. So will he be able to get the edge guard? Goes deep for it. Not quite able to find it, though. Now with the ledge trump on the Joker, able to get back onto stage, though.
Able to get back onto stage, but we are getting close on the second Arsene. So this is going to be risky for this Joker, for Marcus right here. And just going to be trying
to avoid this kill. Joker's so difficult to pin down. And there is the second Arsene. That's going to be stock.
Yep, that's going to be stock. This is unfortunate for Marcus right here.
Hey, but that's okay. As long as we get this stock, we're going to be even going into the next player. But Joker getting a ton of mileage out of this Arsene.
Just getting a ton, and this Arsene isn't even close to being finished. So we're going to be trying to do something, and that's gonna kill.
Just run up and up smash. It just works.
Hey, and we're still going to be going into this with a bit of an advantage right now. Falco going to be going in, and their Joker being down, but we are both down our best players, honestly.
Hey, we were up and we left up. So we might
Yes.
not have been as up as we were. This Joker able to bring back a little bit of just clawing it back inch by inch, able to get some distance for their team, but Valpo still at an advantage. And remember, this is the situation we were in last time, but the last time we were fighting that Joker. So now that threat out of the way, we're in a much better position to bring this to a game 3, and that is going to be critical for us.
Going to be able to bring it to a game 3, and just going to have to try and see, who do you think they're going to end with? Because both the Snake and the Joker, who I consider some of the best players, are out of the way. So we're kind of left with a few different options. We do have the Terry, but might have been a different play. The Cloud from earlier, never know.
It could be. I'm not actually sure. We could see a Terry. I doubt we see a DK that we've seen before. It's possible we see an Incineroar. However, I don't particularly expect it. It's a little bit up in the air what they're gonna go here, but just gonna have to be a little ready for everything. Gotta be on your toes.
Going to be on your toes here for this.
Or should we say talons? He is a bird.
It is a bird.
Although he is just wearing boots, so I guess toes work.
Kind of. It's
fine.
It's a mixed bag. I don't know. We're just going into stage bans here. Going to be picking going town and city.
Town and city. Interesting.
What's your opinion on this?
For Falco, I don't hate it. It gives them a lot of space, but against that, it's scary.
Yes.
Town and city against Incineroar is a very spooky pick. Because a Alolan Whip.
Yeah.
Scary. So gonna have a lot of kill power on the horizontal direction with the Incineroar, and Town and City having notoriously very short blast zones horizontally. Rocking out with the Revenge already. That's gonna be what's scary. Falco again lives off of the untrue strings. Eats 50 for a single F smash. That is just how Revenge works. Luckily, Revenge actually has a damage cap of how much damage it can do in one hit. Because if it was... Oh, he was ready for it, but he landed on the other side of him. Roll in. Yeah!
Nice. Getting a fair amount of percentage. Able to even it up. Main thing right now, Marcus just needs to do is take a stock before he loses his. This is going to be the main thing. Don't need to try and pull any fancy shenanigans.
But able to land with the Revenge. Might not have gotten the hit with the Revenge, but it did force his landing to refresh his resources. So, you know, not too bad for the Incineroar's part.
Hey,
and
resetting resources is still nice.
Hey, especially when you're playing Incineroar, you have to worry about
and
that.
That will take a
up
stock.
tilt will take the most precious resource of all, your stock count, able to bring it back to an advantage with Valpo being up one stock no matter what. And it's definitely not impossible to take another one. Falco not actually too bad at the edge guarding game either. Revenge? Yep.
Yep, there's Revenge going onto it. Now this Revenge will kill if he gets it off.
But actually not able to get the Revenge because there are multiple ways to get rid of Revenge, and one of those ways would be grabbing Incineroar, and with those two Revenge, not actually able to find the kill is the Incineroar. Gotta be a little scared here, looking just to keep the stock count alive. And trying now to find the kill on the Incineroar with the reverse. Trying to get the kill. That would have actually broken shield. So actually much better that he dropped shield. Only ate the later hit, which he could live. With the Nair, will you be able to find an edge guard here? Almost. Yep, that's it.
No!
They took the stock at the same time.
They took the stock at the same time. Okay, I thought he lost his stock first. We take those, everyone. We take those.
He took the stock at the same time. That is massive. That is huge.
That was very risky, but it paid off at the end going into this.
That was such a dangerous situation. Managing to turn out all right. Got the trade on the up Bs. So it was both characters were kind of panicking. What's the situation going to act? That's a really weird interaction to be placed in. So having that recognition to just go, I'm playing to live. Recognizing that the Incineroar is dead to that trade was it was an incredibly important response to have. Incineroar had no jump, he had no side B. He was dead with that trade no matter what. So with just the reaction of just don't die first.
And just barely narrowing it out.
That's the thing. He didn't even not die first. He just didn't die second either. And you know, that is all that was required. He didn't need to not die first. He just needed to not die second. He just needed to, whatever. Words. And here we come in with the K-Roll. This is actually a little scary. Incineroar versus K-Roll is actually pretty spooky for K-Roll. And that revenge on Incineroar is quite scary. It gives him a ton of kill power, which is one thing that K-Roll loves to abuse, is the fact that it is hard to kill him. But with that heavily increased kill power on the revenge hits, little scary. And he's also can get revenge quite easily off of the projectiles. And also the scary one is just simply the propeller pack recovering. That hitbox does clip above ledge a little bit. Generally, it helps K-Rool not get ledge trapped a little bit, but it actually works against him here with the revenge, able to get at least a weak revenge off of it. But hey, a weak revenge is powers up quite a bit.
You might as well get a weak revenge because you can take that and bring that into more and more things. So this Incineroar is going to have to lose 2 stocks here, which is going to be in Valpo's favor right now. And with Ben only needing to take 1, so let's hopefully bring this in and don't have this be a 3 stock.
We see some history in the chat with actually one of our past players. This is actually the final player of each team on game 2. Valpo being down 0-1. Only 1 stock left on the Incineroar. This is going to be a critical game for the last match of the season on Varsity Smash Bros. For this conference. Able to get a lot of damage here. Hey, this is exactly what we want to see, right? Like, this is what we want to see. Trying to get this ledge trap. Not quite able to find anything, but hey, the pressure is all that matters.
The thing is this Incineroar, even if he takes this stock, even if he traverses this around, he's going to have to take 3 stocks at 92%, and that is not going to be an easy thing.
Absolutely not. Hey, however, doing 40 damage with a single forward air is where it starts.
That is where it starts, but you gotta look for it at least somewhat, and still able to do a fair amount.
High recovery, and you're dead.
Almost. Good DI there from the Incineroar, but he is living on a prayer. Most good attacks from K-Rool are going to just kill. You're still just living on a prayer, this poor Incineroar.
And that will do it with the trade.
And this is...
able to take it.
Hey, and these are where these comebacks start. People going 1-1, going into a 3rd round, going to be very interesting.
Absolutely. Hey, you know, not having to crash out, Chris. So Ben able to take that. Going into a round 3. This is the last game, the last round. It all comes down to this round.
It is all coming down to this round right now, but going into it with a win is better than going into it with a loss. Going in with these things, trying to keep that momentum going, like we've been saying. Like we say, for most of the teams here at Valpo, momentum is the strongest thing going into it, and just going to have to try and keep that going. But going from taking a loss, then a win will help carry that momentum going.
Absolutely. Hopefully we can keep this momentum going. And yep, just showing up for another day on the office, able to just take that 1 stock just with a pretty clean attempt, only taking very little damage. So hopefully we can keep the momentum coming in. Again, that required us, that was able to get that momentum because we were able to draw out the Joker
Yeah.
when we had a lead, but that's what's so critical here. We need this lead to have that little bit of a cushion, to have that comfortability. So what are we going to do here? The adaptations are going to be coming out from both sides. Gonna have to get a cushion to play against the Joker, but hey, they could lead the Joker. But then if we lead the Joker, do we lead our strongest as well? But then if we don't, what's going to happen? And we have this constant loop of the mind games, the rock, paper, scissors. What's going to happen here? The little bit of game theory.
I don't mind this leading of this because that's a good reason why.
Hey, this is not too bad. We saw this earlier in the first round, I believe. No, yes, it was the first round. We actually saw this, and we saw Valpo actually coming out on top in this matchup. So not too bad. Hopefully we see the same outcome. This momentum's going to be critical, and looking to start it off with a little bit of percent with the lasers, sadly taking a grab. And
unfortunately taking quite a bit of damage here, but this is where it starts, the up tilt chain into a combo, and this is where it all starts for Falco, being able to get these up tilts in. You don't want to get hit by an up tilt by Falco.
Absolutely not. That is one of the worst things that you could ever get hit by is Falco up tilt, but hey, for us, we are rooting for it with that forward air.
Taking that large amount of damage, and Terry's got this
Does he have his jump? He does have his jump, and he's dead.
He's dead.
With a great edge guard here, able to get an early percent lead. That is critical here.
He also was able to take out that go meter before Terry even had a chance to use it. So going in, that is already a big trade, just being able to take that down super quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Go meter is incredibly scary on Terry. He already has quite a bit of kill power, and it only heavily increases it. It increases his damage and kill power output with grounded combos, so it is terrifying to deal with and able to shut that down early, but sadly was able to take the stock on the Falco. But hey, already having a little bit of a lead, taking a lot of damage. Yep, that up tilt is definitely an unskippable cutscene there.
And able to use that invulnerability to his advantage, being able to take a fair amount of damage in this. Terry got his go meter right now, but just going to be looking.
Neutral get up Buster Wolf, my guy. But is taking a little bit of damage is Marcus, but trying to find this kill. That's the scariest part of Terry, is finding the kill. You have to be able to find this kill here, and not quite able to find it. Whoa, able to shield this. Marcus has been so consistent in being able to shield jab Buster Wolf. and able to find the forward air.
Death!
That's death. Able to use this knowledge. So actually, that power dunk is actually slightly negatively disjointed. The fist of Terry actually sticks out a little farther than the hitbox. So those forward airs are actually a pretty safe challenge for Marcus. Able to use that knowledge to get these big edge guards to get a lot of percent lead.
And even though Terry is racking up a lot of damage right now, Marcus is still getting that extra credit because remember, he is up a stock, and right now all Marcus needs to do is just try and take this last stock without losing two. Going to be difficult, but still very possible, as we've seen him do it before.
Yep, we do in fact love us some high percent mechanics. It forces you to get the kill, and get the kill that Terry will with the jab power dunk. Input version, able to get the kill, but hey, Marcus has been able to find these kills pretty early, so just have to do it just one more time.
Unfortunately, Terry seems to be learning a little bit about avoiding up tilts. However, you can't really
up tilt's
avoid
not
that.
the only thing you need to avoid here, as he's finding out with the side B coming out with the heavy combo. It is going to get a lot of damage here. No, we can't quite punish that. He's so consistent at getting out of these jabs.
I mean, we can't complain about that
one.
Oh,
absolutely. I'm not complaining. That nair will kill. Nice catch with the drop off double jump, able to catch that side B. Valpo coming in with a little bit of a lead.
And we gotta keep this momentum going. Just gotta keep building it. And to be honest, I really like that they started with the Terry. Going in this matchup, being able to take this.
I think leading with the Terry was a little bit of a mistake on their part, because that allows us to start building this cushion for the Joker. But the question is, do they throw out the Joker early before that cushion can truly be established? I wouldn't be terribly surprised to see it.
I would not also be surprised, because that did work very well. But the problem is that Valpo's kind of hinging on looking for that Joker to get out early. And the problem is, though, when you're down, you kind of want to throw in your best player to try and get back as much of the lead as you can and hope that they're just going to throw out their weaker players first, and you just take them
The
their stocks
The
quickly.
thing is, though, we were able to win. We were able to win the second round because had enough of a cushion to beat that Joker.
Mhm.
But the question is, will we see him come out before we actually get that cushion established? Is he going to come out to defuse that situation before it can even happen? And yep, we do indeed love the burb.
Yes, the burb.
It is time to bird up a little bit, and as Valpo has been birding up a little bit with incredible mileage that Falco
Interesting
has been
choice.
building.
And they're going to be sending in the Cloud again, going into this one. I'm not familiar with the Cloud Falco matchup.
This is a little interesting to me, actually, because it gives us a chance. It is giving us the opportunity to build this cushion against the Joker. I would actually probably expect him to throw out the Joker here, but choosing to throw out the Cloud, hey, get back on that platform. All right, whatever, we make do. Throws out the up smash, but hey, how about an up tilt for your troubles? You try to up smash? I got an up tilt right for you, getting 73%.
The Terry was ready for those up tilts, but this Cloud sure isn't going to be able to use that limit to protect himself going down, but just going to be able to get back to neutral. He's already at 94%. Marcus just needs to try and get one stock
Calling out the double jump, I think he's just dead. I don't even... Marcus! He was already dead! He didn't have a jump!
Unfortunate going into that one.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We needed that lead. We needed that cushion to build up. But hey, it's still not impossible to build here. Just sadly not quite going to be as big of a cushion as we wanted. Had the kill, and I'm pretty sure that Cloud didn't have his double jump, that first forward air, able to take it out of him, trying to challenge the possibility that he recovered, but simply have to know that he wasn't able to recover. Yeah, sadly, it did fast fall the forward air. I'm sure it didn't. I think he wanted to fast fall and then use the aerial to cancel the fast fall, but I think he just inputted down after he inputted the forward air as opposed to before, but not quite able to find it. So now gonna have to make do.
Going to be having to make do right here, but we've seen crazier things happen. Being even is not where we want to be, but it's not bad either.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still the opportunity to build a cushion is not impossible here. It's a little bit more difficult now, especially since we had a stock lined up. But hey, we take what we got, and hey, it's in the past. We got to move on and just gotta try to build a cushion from here on out, because this Joker is going to be scary. It's likely they throw them out either as their third or just simply keeping it as the anchor. It probably depends on how this match here goes. So let's find out as we're coming in with even stocks on both sides. We're gonna be dropping off and going right into the match.
We are going right into this match right here, and this is going to be even stock going into it. Just going to be looking for this, but K. Rool is going to have the advantage with the flip to projectile game.
Yep, keeping this Cloud away, even away from even Cloud range, is going to be quite important. Getting a lot of damage, Cloud going to have difficulty getting in, and hey, that's exactly what we want to see. Able to rack up 73 damage. This is basically Falco, but without the up tilt. And there goes a stock. Hey, learning not just from the games that he's played, from the games of his teammates, seeing that this Cloud likes to just let the Blade Beam rip, was ready for it with the counter ready, quite literally with the counter ready, and eviscerating that Cloud. Just absolutely gone with that reflected Blade Beam.
Going to take that up B, but keep in mind, even though Cloud is a little bit up in percent right now, he is already down a stock.
Absolutely, and hey, Ben does quite well in these stock saving situations. K. Rool so difficult to really pin down and kill. Even though he is a heavy, you have to get to him first. And has learned not to throw the Blade Beam quite yet, but hey, that Crown able to get at least a little punish there.
Unable to get his crown back, though. Crown is going to be going off the stage yet again, but
yeah,
he's going to be able to pick it up right here.
And that will be the kill, sealing the stock away from the Cloud. Hey, this is how a cushion gets built. And are we going to be able to see an even bigger one with the nice coverage on the landing from Ben? keeping this percent build up on this Cloud very, very clean. Throwing, oof, not quite able to armor through that. But hey, this is still pretty good here.
Unfortunately, this Cloud is going to be getting limit soon, but the question is, will he still learn his lesson? Question is going to be trying to look for that limit use, going to be using it for up B, but only being able to take about 38%. But keep in mind, we are up a stock, and that will do a lot of damage.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Cloud, and that is game. Or match.
Yep, that is match. And hey, that's 2 stock buffer. That's not too bad. It does mean they have counter pick advantage here, so I would, honestly, I don't think we see the Joker.
I don't think so. I think we see the Snake.
Really? I think we see the Incineroar.
Interesting, interesting. The only thing I have is just the Incineroar was really kind of struggled against the K Rule in the last match.
But
so.
I wouldn't be too surprised to see. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the Incineroar or the Snake. I would be more surprised to see the Joker, but I guess it's not too impossible here. Again, want to defuse the situation, just wanting to get these stocks back to even, trusting his team to take the rest. But hey, Baopo looking to defuse that situation, trying to get this reverse 2-0 after going down the first map, able to take round 2 with 3 stocks left, a full player, so trying to keep the momentum in and still up 2 stocks. This is how it works. We've been seeing this comeback build and build.
As we have been saying, momentum is a huge thing that helps Valpo out, and it helps a lot of colleges, lots of sports, different things. But in esports, we really like it because mental is a lot of the game when we honestly get down to it. It's not really, and we are seeing a snake. This is what I was thinking.
Here, and yeah, Chris still having nightmares about King K Rule Nair. Don't worry, buddy. I think that Cloud is too.
So this is an interesting one. We saw this happen in the last one, correct? Match.
I believe so. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little interesting here. Again, these hitboxes on K Rool are a little bit bigger, which means that they're more likely to ignite their grenades, but also able to keep up a little bit with the projectile game as we saw before. So
unfortunately, K Rool's taking a lot of damage, but even using that crown to be able to do stuff. But this Snake has seemed to learn a lot about how to fight this K Rool.
Yep, the Snake, I can already tell, is being a lot more aggressive than they were before. And that has seemed to be doing quite a bit of work against Ben. So looking to try to find the adaptation here.
Going to use that
just
belly armor,
eating
though.
And just eat those. Nom nom nom.
I mean, rather eat those and take a little bit of belly damage than actually do anything else. Going to take a little bit more of a lead with that percentage. Going to hit that, though.
Good DI on the C4, not quite dying to it just yet.
Forcing him to get blown up by his own grenade right there. Going to be helpful. Unfortunately, not able to get that. Going to roll behind.
Interesting. Does down throw up tilt work on K Rool? Sure it does. He's a big body, but does go down a stock. But hey, that's okay. Just get at least 1 here, and that would be wonderful, pretty please.
Just get 1 and keep this momentum going. But that is going to be a punch to the face for that
boxing glove to the face. And trying to get back on stage here. More or less even position on this for kill power, but just trying to take a stock here.
Going to be forced to look for this, but getting out of that, going to just be trying to find as much as you can, but both even percents. You need to try and take this stock early, though, but that will kill. Then at 133% going on, a lot of things will kill. Snake looking for it, trying to get it right there. Honestly, try and give the Snake out, see what you can do. Very tough opponent, but hey, we've seen it work before.
Hey, you know, this is in fact a lead, so trying to build this lead up a little bit, projectile by projectile, is going to be Ben. So just trying to get this lead a little bit before he loses stock. I'm assuming we're going to see an edge guard attempt. Really actually able to beat out that, not quite able to beat the Cypher, and tries to go for the grab, but able to crit the cross up. Back air sadly couldn't come out before K Rool's forward air. No, you needed to air dodge to ledge there, big guy. Able to cover that neutral air dodge with the beep, beep. The Nikita missile able to cover that. So Valpo only up one stock?
One stock
Yes.
right now.
But hey, you know, that one stock is still an advantage here. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, isn't down throw up till 160 University? That might be the upper range of it, but I know that there is actually percent ranges of when it will start working on certain characters. It's not technically universal, but
Interesting.
I believe at that point it will probably work on everyone, especially K-Roll. He's such a big body. I'm surprised he wasn't going for it
Mm-hmm.
earlier, but hey, Valpo up by one stock here.
So
Not too
going to
bad.
be interesting. Interesting pick, but I don't blame it for
Hey,
this.
it worked really well last time, so gonna see if he can make the stars align twice.
I mean, you gotta try at least somewhat. I mean, trying to do something, look into it. I mean, just the main thing right now is just going to be trying to keep this one stock lead at very
Absolutely.
least.
This lead is going to be scary. Although I would actually, actually, I'm going to save that little bit of information. I'm going to point it out later. We'll see how this game goes.
See how this game goes for
Yep.
sure. But I have to give credit to ONU for being able to take this and trying to learn things from their play. This is the same thing that Valpo Esports has very been well known to do. Take things, learn them, pass them on to player, and just
Hey,
trying to find those things.
if there's a one thing that ONU has done, it is give us a absolutely crazy final match of the season. So bringing it down to the absolute wire, you can't ask for much better of an ending to the season than this. But hey, you know what would make it better? A win of the last game. So let's see if Valpo can make it happen here. Up one stock against the Snake. Again, we've seen this matchup. It's generally considered to be not that favorable, but hey, Alex able to turn it around with the research that he's done. Gonna see if he can make it work twice.
Yep, we're gonna see if he can make it work twice, but we have seen this from the Snake, going to try and look for these things, just trying to be more aggressive, but this Snake is also looking to be more aggressive, trying to use that to Alex's disadvantage, but still able to take these things.
Does take a lot of damage here. Not quite able to return too much of his own. To the top platform he goes. But okay, that's a good way to return some damage. Hitting Snake with his own grenades is quite good. That's why generally he does okay with grenade trades though, is because he might take the damage but he doesn't die since he's heavy. But on the ledge trap situation, actually recovering high, covering it with the back air.
Just massive, good playthrough from Alex, trying to try and ledge guard here and getting that thing, but going to get hit by that grenade going through, going around a little bit forward, but Alex taking a lot of damage and taking a lot of heavy hits, but that is going to send fairly far.
Yep, not going for the down air attempt, just deciding to stick with the ledge trap here. Boom, that's going to be a dead Snake. So no matter what, we do have a stock up. We have at least only one stock left on the Snake. But hey, this is a little scary. We want a little bit more of a cushion than that. Down throw, cover, roll out. Yeah, good up attack there. Knew not to roll out there.
Going to be just trying to look for this chip damage, trying to be aggressive, but this...
Yep.
But the Snake is trying to be aggressive as well, realizing what worked for the Samus the last time and being able to try and get through it. Just gonna try and do what you did the last time. You gotta see what you can do.
Yeah, absolutely, and hey, it's been working wonders here so far. Able to get quite a bit of extra credit damage on the Snake. And the Snake trying to find a little bit of an opening, trying to play this a little bit more traditional like Snake does, but Alex mixing up the style. He's not playing it traditionally.
He is very good at mixing up the style. He is playing aggressive while also getting these items going into this, and he is trying, but Snake is trying to adapt, but it is going to be a little bit more difficult.
And that's the shield break. And there it goes with the charge shot. Alex with the fully charged forward smash with that bomb. Full charge shot set up on the ledge. Able to get that shield break and takes the stock. Valpo up 2 stock lead.
Yep, this is a 2 stock lead going into this next one. Alex able to take a fair amount of stuff going through this and realizing that his same strategy wasn't going to work. So instead, he was trying to mix it up, swapping between the two strategies, catching
Absolutely.
the snake off guard.
Absolutely, as the chat goes crazy. Again, we have seen Alex play that patient game, play the defensive game so much that he's been known for it. But able to just turn around and show, hey, I can be aggressive when I need to be with that counterplay on the snake, and out comes the Joker. This is what we had expected. This is the matchup that we have been seeing time and time again, is the Samus versus the Joker. The Joker was able to take a 2-to-1 stock, or 2-to-3 stock win over Alex the round 1, but Alex actually able to win the even 3 versus 3 the last round. So we will be able to see the final juggernaut match. Will this be able to have the same outcome as the first, or will we be able to see it turn around and have the second?
And this is a lot of our Sunmayer getting built up. Joker going to have it very shortly, getting it right there. However, he is at 81%. You don't want to be that high with as Joker, but he is a little bit heavier because of Arsene right now. Going to be using, however, that gun as a ranging tool. Very strong tool.
Yep, watch the counter, able to dodge the forward air edgeguard attempt. Hey, just able to burn this Arsene meter. Yeah, a heart rate monitor would be crazy right now. Able to burn off the Arsene. He doesn't have a jump here, but able to tether back either way. Takes the missile to the gut, though. Probably does not feel that great. But, yep, that upper hitbox of the forward smash, able to just barely clip him. Got the weird hit of the forward air 1.
But it's a little bit okay right now. Just going to be able to trade. Just going to have to look and try and be careful going into it. Main thing right now is just going to be trying to get that kill before a second Arsene comes in.
Yeah, because this Joker has shown that he can get a lot of mileage off of Arsene, but here it is, this Arsene here, which is okay if you can kill him. This is okay. And gonna take a lot of damage for this.
Yep,
this is a second up air.
Damage for that up B. Going to be able to try and wait it out, but that is another up air going to be coming through,
this would kill.
And that's gonna kill.
Yep. Oh, this is spooky.
Done and done.
This is spooky. Because right now, Alex has been the huge factor in being able to take care of this huge juggernaut that is the Joker, but now gonna have to make do. However, I want to point out the information that I saved for a little later, for a little special extra spice. The character that we have been saving so far, who hasn't played yet?
I'm aware of who hasn't played yet.
That would be a Greninja coming in, and our Greninja, the Brayden, has a lot of experience against Joker. So hopefully he's able to turn it around. Greninja actually one of the much more difficult matchups for Joker. Very difficult to pin down, and a lot of experience on Brayden with Joker. Some of his practice partners back in high school apparently was some Joker players, and hey, as a freshman, he's just coming off of that practice. So being fresh.
Just coming off of that practice, but also being able to go against you a fair amount too with that Joker practice. Going fairly even with you.
I think he actually has a winning record over my Joker, actually.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure he has a winning record. So, hey, if we have to trust this Joker to anyone, this is not a bad person to pick. Yep, go frog him, absolutely. You're going to have to see a froggy boy.
Going to be an interesting going through with this. Just gonna be trying to pick the right stage bands. And we're going to PS2 again, baby.
It's too early in the morning to be on the edge of your seat. Well, too bad for you. It is coming down to game 3, last player, even stock count. On the last game of the season, you can't ask for to be more on your edge of your seat than this.
This is almost the deciding thing. Going to have to try and look for this. Greninja being able to do a fair amount going through, being mostly blow for blow, taking a little bit of extra damage, but still going to be able to do a fair amount. Just going to try and even it up right here. I don't think we've seen the Greninja versus Joker first.
I don't believe we've actually seen it, because Brayden has generally been playing pretty early and the Joker has been late. But again, we see this experience coming out, keeping pretty even with the Joker.
being very even, but however, Joker is going to be getting Arsene fairly quickly, fairly soon. Just going to be able to, but keeping it fairly even percent. And that is a nice combo right there. Going to get the Joker, going to get the Arsene, going into it, and just going to be looking for this, but taking a fair amount of the Arsene meter down already.
Yep, and here's where we see the advantage of the little bit of hit and run nature of Greninja, being able to dodge and weave a little bit. Actually trying to go for a ledge trump there, but not quite able to land it. That's actually really good for us because our ledge trumping with Arsene is incredibly scary. You can do ledge trump Arsene back air, and it kills ludicrously early. And this should not be a kill. Nope. I've tried that exact same thing. That drag down up air into up smash does not connect on Greninja. He is just simply too short of a boy.
He is too short, and he is going to be taking this, a fair amount of damage from that, surprisingly not killing. Just going to be trying to look for this kill, though.
If he can get the stock lead, that is going to be very, very important here. That means Joker won't be able to get too much extra credit. See a back throw here off stage. Yep, looking for a ledge trump.
Oh, unfortunately able to get that, and just being able to, just gonna need to take this down quickly though, because Arsene is coming out shortly.
Yep, have to try to avoid. Oh, there he is.
There is the boy Arsene coming out and going to be taking a fair amount of damage going into it. Just gonna try and have to either wait it out, but waiting it out is risky as we've seen before.
Yep, you're probably just gonna have to fight through this one, and not quite able to do it without taking at least a lot of damage. Gotta fear these ledge trumps.
Yep, a lot of damage.
Choosing to recover high, actually getting the ledge cancel off of the platform, able to act a little earlier. And finds the kill with just a Greninja Nair.
Yeah,
wow.
That is a crazy kill, but this is pretty bad for Greninja right now. Taking a lot of percent, being at 106 is not a good place to be. Gonna have to probably try and go for some sort of ledge strat to need this up again.
Yep, it's gonna be difficult here. Again, that just didn't hit. Sure, man, Joker's a short boy. He's a short high schooler.
Yep, just gonna be trying to do this, but going to barely living it on a prayer. Just going to have to try and find where this Joker...
Tried to go for the ledge cancel up B again, so proving that the first one was intentional, but just trying to get as much damage as possible. But hey, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Joker, the more Arsene meter he's gonna get.
And he is almost at an Arsene meter, which is going to be very risky for Greninja going into it. Going to be able to dodge, though, getting as much dodge, but this is the Arsene coming out. This is going to be very risky for Greninja. Going in,
yep,
that's going to kill. That is going to be a stock up for ONU going into it. Greninja going to have to try and live with as little percent taken as possible. And that is not a good start already, taking 42.
Trying to go for the spike is the Joker. He has no jump here and actually avoids the ledge trump. Yikes, a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage, and that's dead.
That's dead. Man, not quite able to pull out the win. This is Valpo for their last game. But hey, notice we realized we went down the first round and clawed it all the way back to final player on the final match. Incredible comeback. Although we aren't ending this season on a win, it was still an incredibly strong showing and a great showing for the end season.
Yep. So there is actually not going to be a league game going on today. Very good playthrough from Valpo going on from the Smash Bros game, but there won't be any more games today, but you'll have to tune in this coming week because we have our final rounds of NECC before playoffs. A lot of teams are looking for those playoff seats right now, so going to be going in. We got 3 Overwatch games, a League game, a Rocket League game, and a Smash Bros game coming up this next week, and these are going to be some of the playoffs, the tests for playoffs.
Yep. But want to thank you guys for watching, and make sure you tune in for those games later, as they will be important for the rest of the season. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep.